Guys, welcome to our channel, and this is the C and K story, and kind of this is how our relationship got started in.
So it started when we decided to both go on a school trip to Guatemala and Belize, and we didn't really know each other beforehand. Not that much.
No. We go to the same school, but there's two schools in our one school. There's East and West. And of course me, the awesome school, it's East, and West, unlike hers.
No.
Whatever. So, you know, I seen this girl in the hallway a couple times before, but I never really kind of like knew her name or anything about that. But anyways, I first talked to her when we were on the bus. We just sat next to each other of like the 25 kids on the bus, and so, you know, it's kind of, you can call it fate, whatever you want. Anyways, so I look at Kelsey and I say, "Hey Kelsey, have you ever been out of the country before?"
And I said no, and he was talking to me, and I was already nervous because it was my first time going ziplining, and then the guy I liked on the trip started talking to me, which made me so much more nervous. And it was like after we had coffee, or before we had coffee, we were going to drink coffee at the place too, so anxiety level was just way up there. But yeah, like
kind of throughout the trip in Guatemala is when we kind of talked to each other, but it wasn't really like, I guess, serious. So I mean, I always try to stay around her as close as I could be, but until we got to Belize, that's when things kind of started hitting off, you could say.
Yeah. Well, the one day we got like the whole afternoon just to like hang around the resort, and we were in the pool for basically like right after dinner till a really long time. We actually stayed an hour after the pool was closed just talking, and no one came and got us or anything. We were just in there, and then all of a sudden people from like the balcony from other people on our trip started like, "It's almost curfew, get to your room," and we were like, whoops. So yeah, then you walked me up to my room.
That's right, I did. I walked you up to a room, you know, just saying good night. Because I don't know, it's like we were like, I don't know, I've never had like a girlfriend or anything, so I kind of didn't, you know what to do or anything. It was like, you know, it was low-key like, all right, see you in the morning.
Yeah. Then we ventured on to the next resort the next day, and we spent the whole day like cruising around Belize and went out to dinner. And then we came back, and we were sitting, me and a few of my friends were sitting around the pool, and then
so my friends and other people on the trip, we actually got a pack of cards to play games with from Kelsey. Oh shoot, from K-Dog. And the thing is, she wasn't playing cards with us, but we had her cards. So, and everyone's like, everyone knows I had a crush on this girl, right? Everyone knows. And so then they're like, "Cayden, why don't you invite K-Dog to, you know, come play cards with us?" I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. So I, you know, I get out of that room, I run down there, and I'm just kind of planning, what do I say, you know? Whatever, there's all girls down there. I don't. But, so I go up to her, I'm like, "Hey, so we're all playing cards up there, and since they're your cards, we're kind of wondering if like you want to go and play with us." She's like, "Okay, I'll think about it." Or no,
I was like, "Okay, let me ask my friend," because I didn't want to ditch her because she was washing off and stuff like that. So I was like, "Okay, maybe I'll be up there in a little bit." And right after he leaves, about half the girls that were sitting with me swarm around me and are like, "What just happened? What just happened?" And I was like, "Cayden asked me to go play cards." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, you gotta go now. Go, go, go." And I was like, okay. Because at that time, I wasn't for sure like if he liked me yet. And I was just like, you know, I kind of like him, but I don't know if he likes me back. But then I guess a lot of people knew way before I did. I guess. I
mean, I think it was pretty clear, but you know,
I guess not to me.
Yeah, I guess not. So after we were in there, in our, I guess the hotel room where we were playing cards, we didn't even play cards, and it was kind of awkward, to be honest.
Weird. We were just sitting in a corner, and then everybody was like doing their own thing, and it was just like,
yeah. So after then, two of her friends leave, I asked Kelsey if she wanted to go on a walk. I'm like, "Hey Kelsey, when do we go on a walk?" And I was like so short of breath. I was so nervous for like, because I don't even know what I was gonna do. But anyways, so then we walk out of the hotel room, walk up these stairs. So when we're up on that balcony looking at the stars, I turned to Kelsey and I said, "Hey Kelsey, I really, really like you. And it was just like, you know, I just went for it. I didn't say anything. I just said, Kelsey, I really, really like you. And then
I played with him a little bit because he goes, well, I have a question for you. Do you like me back? And I was like, well, I've like left you hanging for a long time. And I was like, of course I like you.
Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, that was like an all-time high. That was just perfect. And then, so we went down by the pool. This was like at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
We literally talked till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And again, we're on a school field trip. Curfew was like 10 or something, like 10:30. And we just talked the whole time.
Talked. We found a hermit crab.
We did. We did find a hermit crab. It was freaking huge.
So after that night, we woke up. We had to get up really early at like 6 o'clock. And I woke up very sick. Like, it was bad. So I didn't really do anything for the day until we went snorkeling. We went snorkeling, did that. We didn't really talk much that day. We just sat next to each other. It was kind of awkward. It was like, so we had a moment. But then we got back for the day and we had the rest of the day for free time and we went to dinner with a group, little group. And then we went back and then everybody was asleep and it was past curfew again.
Yep, definitely. And
we went out at the beach, looking up at the stars and watching the ocean and just a light breeze was pretty perfect. And all of a sudden he looks at me and I say, Kelsey, will you go out with me? And I was like, well, yes. And then, that was clearly something that was completely new to me and was fairly new to her, I know. So it pretty much everything was perfect, you know. We meet in Belize. I mean, didn't even know each other, but go to the same high school. But we had to go out of the country to build a relationship. And that's the CK story.